need to do this.
There has to be some kind of punishment for tardiness. So I'm thinking 33 minutes late is minus 33 hit points.
I think
Those
that
of
would
you
kill
that...
some people at this point.
Yeah, I know. I know. But yeah,
Yeah,
a few
I
I'm already
agree.
days
down.
maybe.
He's 33 minutes late, 33 hit points.
Some, well, you were 15, so
I could spare it.
and I get all of them back because I was so early.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you might not be able to in a minute, because last time on Dungeons and WheatTons, it was time to be tremendous, as Dominicus told everyone about the Hunters Guild info that he had, and about the legendary Medusa Shiotath. He whispered to Natus to start the fight, who busted through the statues that Shiotath was attempting to claw through because she heard the sounds on the other side. And from a couple of distractions from Vitari and Prisma, she was a little bit away, and then Natus busted through and started the fight. Dainichi, thank you for the subscription.
I did it a while ago, but they keep bugging me with the message, so I have to actually send it to make it go away.
That is dumb. They shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I keep telling it to go away, and it keeps coming back every time. So I have to actually make the announcement. And like, I don't want everyone to know I've been subbed for 3 months. They know how long I've been subbed for. Just go away, message.
Yeah, same for me. I'm like, they know I've been here for 14 months now.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
now
shouldn't
guys are
force
just
you to do
circle
that.
jerking.
But thank you.
Oh wait. Yeah. Well, my subscription's been up for 2 years, and they keep telling me, so now I must tell everyone else. Show us.
Well, if you must tell everyone else, then click the thing. Tell everyone. But anyway, after fighting with this legendary Medusa for a while, her lair began to take action, and in a magical attempt to help her out, and the statues began to scream in agony, which frightened those who were unable to resist the magical sounds. You fought tooth and nail, pulling out all of the stops against this thing, but she is still up.
You fleshbags and your cowardice. Well, except for Natus. Natus was tremendous.
Oh, thank you, Shadow. That goes a long way, man.
And
He never showed fear. Wait. Did he?
he said that he failed one of the fear things and ran away, but I don't remember him doing that.
Definitely did. Definitely.
I know that Dominicus did,
Yeah.
and
I
he
did
was like
too.
on top of you, and that might be why you ran away.
No, I was complaining a lot about bad rolls.
You did get a lot of bad rolls.
Oh, yeah?
Varsa
Oh,
might
wait.
have been the bravest.
Yeah,
Oh,
Varsum
yeah?
hasn't been
Well-
affected by it once.
Yeah, well, me neither. Except I was never able to move in general, so...
Yeah.
Where-
I
where
see
is
it
he
here.
at?
I rolled a 6 and a 3.
All right. I mean, I took your word for it. I'm just saying I didn't remember it. What I do remember is that the last thing that happened was one of the
Bitch, that-
statues began to ring out with a high-pitched frequency, which attached itself to Prisma. And Shiotath
Ew.
went
Yes.
underwater, which delighted Distraction as he had just peed in that. but she didn't care.
Well, she's marked now. He can find her.
And she is still marked with what's it called too? Fairy fire from Vitari.
Yes.
Wait, you should use Pixie Chill. I guess I should show you what it does, but that's when I next get the chance.
But anyway, Shiotath went under the water, and you saw as the fairy fire light disappeared. And you began kind of searching around. Prisma, you're making that high frequency sound. And perhaps you may be able to see it as that fairy fire light comes up from this pool and you hear a loud splash. You look over and she is now hurtling through the air, coming directly for you. Kind of like a shark going after a seal. Whenever they breach the water and the seal just kind of explodes. She is going to attempt to shark dolphin her way past you and give you a bite.
To eat?
No.
Oh.
Give you a bite as in...
Miss.
You're right, she does.
She should have taken her time.
And then she lands in this other pool and
She's
goes
out here-
down.
She's out here playing Waterworld Dolphin. Minus the rape.
You fly around her as those snakes on her head kind of snap at you in succession, and you see her gnashing her teeth as she flies past you. It's Phineas's turn. Seeing that she was flying through the air, he is going to wait at this... Wait, that's not Phineas. It's not even Phineas's turn. It's Varsum's dad's turn. What am I saying?
You're getting your NPCs mixed.
Yeah, I am. They're not that different.
They're not tokens.
I mean, they are tokens, but they're not super different is all I'm saying.
They don't matter enough to have an identity.
Anyway, he now no longer messed with the fear. He will cover his son once again. I don't even know where Okrith is. There he is. Jesus. It's real hot in here. He is going to wander over here. And he is going to ready an attack for just in case she comes out of this. Not really knowing where she's going to come from. Prisma.
Let's see here. Prisma doesn't know what to do. She's basically a beacon for this thing.
Minicus will shout, Stay right there. We're on our way.
Where's Tanner?
He said he has family, so he'll be distracted today.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
I know he talks
will
in
be
Old English.
distraction today.
He talks in Old English, but I'm just gonna go rah rah rah.
Rah, rah, rah. Well, Prisma will be like, okay, I'll stay here. I'll just ready an arrow to shoot if she pops out of the water again.
She should hide behind a statue or some form of rock or something. So that way if she pops out, if she, you know, you can dodge easier, and if she doesn't because she comes out from like the east side that the rock isn't covering you from, then that means she'd crash her face on the rock. You know, you'll be a casualty, but we could revive you, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
Not
I'll just
really.
hide behind this rock.
All right. Dominicus.
Okay. After
Tis your
saying
turn.
that, Dominicus will make Nadus ride over here and ready as many attacks as you will allow.
Well, you can only use your reaction to make one attack.
Okey-doke. So yeah, I'll ready a short sword attack.
All right. Vitari.
We will. Let's see. She's there. I will get here. I'm now ready. Hold on, my spells. Already a spell. She pops up again. And that'll be his turn for now.
Alrighty. Cornelius.
Now I shall move here. Then I will rabbit hop.
Rabbit, hop, 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 hop. I went there. Spent a lot of time going places.
Alrighty. Anything else for you?
Wait, are we rounding that up or down?
Depends on what you're trying to do. Just
Well, I'm
going
just trying
extra.
to hop to the adjacent space.
I'll round it down then.
Alright, in that case, I shall. Can I only use my reaction for an attack, or can I use it for an action as well?
Depends on what it is. Because you're technically readying an action, not readying an attack, you know?
Yeah, because I want to ready my action to attempt to trip the Medusa if she passes by me.
So what happens to combat maneuvers in 5e?
Yeah, that was my question.
What are you talking about? They're for a specific subclass of fighter. Battlemaster.
I mean, I guess the name transfer on over there, but a combat maneuver was when you make a roll to do something that isn't necessarily damage dealing, but it does impart some kind of disadvantage to the foe, like tripping them or pushing them away.
That's called using your action to improvise in this.
So that's what they did with it.
Yeah, because in the old days, trip, shove, bull rush, and the like were all combat maneuvers?
Well, trip is a combat maneuver, but for the battle master now,
Oh.
as well as disarming strike and stuff like that. Which makes you use your battle master DC to, or your maneuver DC. They have to succeed on a saving throw based on whatever you're trying to do.
Alright, well, in that case, since tripping is out of the question, I will attempt to grab her if she passes by.
All right, grapple is just as good.
Yep. The whole point of it is to stop her in her tracks. I don't care how I do it.
You could spit at her and have her be offended enough that she wants to fight you mano a mano.
All right.
Pretty
well,
much, yeah.
Phineas is gonna post up right here, like I said he was going to, and ready his action to attack should she come out of there. Dimitri,
Seems like that's all anyone can do is just ready in action.
I mean, she's on the defensive right now.
So are we.
I'm just taking a nap.
Dimitri is actually going to walk up to this pool of water, and you see lightning from his hand as he sticks it in the water and just starts zapping. It doesn't seem like anything's happening, but he's going on the offensive, trying to electrify the water. Natus!
Nice.
Are you muted?
I'm muted. Damn it.
He is.
I hate repeating myself as well, and that was so good.
I get you, man. I get you.
So yeah, I can't move, but can I rotate on the spot?
I don't think you need to necessarily rotate, you know? You can
No,
be
like, I
facing
mean-
whichever way you want.
I mean, like backwards and forwards, like pounding the ground, making lots of dust and noise, and like
Oh, yeah,
just like moving about like an animal waiting for an attack of opportunity, basically.
Okay,
And
so
what about
you're stomping and making noise.
Yes.
Getting ready. All right.
Mhm.
All right.
It's like shooting with
Varsa.
vibrations. She feels those good vibrations.
He's up there, right? Okay.
Well, that's
He's just really in darkness, right?
Right here. Yeah,
so
but
he's
you
probably
actually
gonna-
have you. If you remember, you cast light on the tip of your spear last time,
Right.
and that lasts for like a minute or
Jeez.
something without concentration. I don't remember exactly how long it lasts.
I think it lasts an hour.
It'll last an hour without concentration.
Uh, yeah, less an hour. Okay, so he sees that.
Yeah, you all can see now, except for the Medusa. Old bitch, she blind.
Old bitch.
Alright, so. Let's see. Okay, might as well make his way, but still stay undercover. He can sling from there. She pops up, so he'll hold a sling attack.
Maybe he's still just in shock, and that's why, from all the goblin stuff, whenever he was so scared, maybe he's like in shock. Kind of like his brain is going
That's why
too
he hasn't
heavily
gotten
the
scared.
opposite direction to be scared, because you just totally ran him away from his father, which I think is pretty cool, actually.
I mean,
Well, also his
dad
father-
kept getting scared, so he had to buck up. He's like, all right.
Yeah, his father shoved him to the ground and was like, "Bye."
He didn't have a moment of that. Yeah. So yeah, he'll be
You're on
there.
your own.
He'll hold his attack. If she pops up.
All right. Sigismund. We need...
Dead.
Yes. You dead? All right. Well, Sigismund kind of begins to spark
Wait, really?
and
Yeah, no one really pays attention.
let out some
Trust me, guys.
robot gurgles. And you do have... There is another rule that you're not technically dead because you're alive for 30 seconds, but you can't be revived or healed to impart any final words.
Where did we land on with the whole "it could be repaired" thing?
Oh, I said yes to that because he is technically not a humanoid, so he wouldn't die in the same way.
Okay, so I got mending, so I could try that out.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of a... Maybe a little bit of personality difference, like maybe lost a couple of memories, but he didn't seem to have very many memories that were all his anyway, so he probably won't change all that much.
Forgot I had the flask.
But I would say
right
that you would have to cast mending on him for a full long rest, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Because there's got to be some kind of drawback.
Hours
Yeah,
of mending? Can you even do that?
I mean, it takes a whole minute to cast it. He's also kind of... The reason that I'm going with that is because he's kind of ornate, you know? And you'd have to repair multiple things throughout his entire structure. But there's got to be some kind of downside instead of like, oh, he died, but we're bringing him back in like 1 minute. You know, that's
that
like the
saving
easiest
throw?
revival at level 1 ever.
Does that saving throw count as a generic saving throw, or specifically not death saving throw?
No, the death saving throws are saving throws.
I told you I want you to come up.
That's cool though.
I called it, man.
It's like luck.
I mean, I also said that if you are under the bless spell, you get to add a D4 to your death saving throws too.
Well, let's see if this is again a 6. I mean a 1. Oh, for fuck's sakes,
Oh
game!
god.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, you think, don't you? So if that also counts as a thing,
Yeah.
here you go. How about this one?
All right, roll that D4.
Oh, that's not a success, but at least it's not a fail. Oh, let me see. I've gotta actually name this thing. Oh. For success. Despite failing 3 times, you know. A character is not me.
I mean, that means you still need 1 more, right?
Yeah. Or...
All right, so you're not dead.
Yeah. That's good.
I've used it once before, so I have 2 of those left. But I must admit, wow, bullshit. My channel divinity's gone.
So how many successes and fails does that make now?
I have 2 fails, 1 success.
So close.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm probably gonna need to sprint over there and save him.
How?
And how?
Take your time. Take your time.
I can hand you the flask because you could get there probably better than me.
All right, but the resonance, the frequency of sound coming from Prismas dies down. And now,
Also, Whitney, your voice was getting super old witch-like. I couldn't make out what you were saying when you were laughing. Like, you should try to be the villain sometimes, just with better writing.
Well, thank you. I do try to act witchy. So what? What were you saying, Whitney?
I was just saying that the frequency coming from your chest is no longer ringing out. And it seems that snakes are coming out of nowhere again. Out of the little nooks and crannies and cracks in the rocks and inside of some hollowed out chest cavities of the statues and whatnot. And 4 random people will be bit by snakes. Then they must make a Constitution saving throw because they're slippery and they're sneaky. Alright, so rolling here. Okrith? Looks like Vitari again, because you got bit and poisoned for 1 minute last time. Also, Prisma also got bit. I don't remember if she succeeded on her saving throw. I think she failed and was poisoned as well from a snake that fell on her. But you're not targeted this time. Seems like Varsum's dad, Tolston, Natus, and Cornelius. I need saving throws. Tolston succeeds. Natus succeeds. Cornelius, you fail. And Okrith succeeds.
Oh yeah, I need to make one, right? A con save, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, is everybody making a con save?
Nope, just a couple of random people.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
Alright. So, those who failed take 6 poison damage and are poisoned for 1 minute.
Out of curiosity, did you just forget the little bottom left pictures on the stream, or did you just choose not to have them today?
While we're in a battle, I don't want them covering up the screen.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Because it might cover up the turn order. You know?
Right.
So anyway, you guys take 6 poison damage and are poisoned for 1 minute. Vitari, you are not changed. You take the damage, but you can't be double poisoned, you know? It's not for the king.
Yeah.
And as the lair does that, Natus is a stomping around. And Shiotath surfaces on the other side and goes straight towards the noise.
Good. Yeah, cool. I thought we'd wasted all our attacks.
All right.
And
So
she
does
is.
that mean that
I'm gonna put her
I-
here to show that she like went past you.
can I shoot my arrow that I've been holding?
You can.
Has she jumped over us?
She is. I mean, Prisma was like up in the air, and she like breached like a shark and came at her, and that's what got her to fly down and next to the stalagmite.
Okay, so she appeared over here. Let's see.
She appeared right here.
Okay.
For grapple, is it athletics or strength?
It'll be athletics.
That's a fail.
Well, we don't actually know that because she actually has to.
Succeeded.
I'm gonna say that she'll have to go with strength because, I mean, she can't really dodge since she's flying through the air, so she'll have to like kind of push you off.
I mean, acrobatics would also work, but
I mean, she's not gonna be doing a flip to dodge you.
Gee,
But yes,
nice,
you
man.
fail.
yeah, I figured as much. 6 was not going to catch anything.
And
They could catch me with my ones.
Burning hands.
Burning Hands is a dexterity saving throw.
God,
So, let's see.
I'm gonna just click this show the spell
Dex
description.
save, yes, dex save.
Dex save. All right, that's a fail.
Alright.
Did the 15 hit with the candy bow?
Matches,
Matches.
but
Me.
she has fairy fire on. Remember, so you have advantage.
Oh yeah.
So you hit.
Forgot. Maybe
I'm
it's
doing fire piercing.
maybe a sling happens. It doesn't happen.
Oh, he has
Oh, you have
advantage.
Yeah.
Whereas the rulings fall for a grapple check in the case of having advantage towards attacks, since grapple checks replace attacks.
It's not an attack though. That's where it
And 9
lies.
wouldn't succeed anyway.
But yeah, bow hit, sling hit, set on fire.
Well, let's hope she doesn't go in water or something like that.
Did you calculate the 3d6 damage?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
tin.
It's the tin up there.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. That's where it is. Okay.
Burning hands. And that rock. Varsum
good
nails
shot,
a good
Varsum.
rock in the middle of those eyes.
Jolly good shot.
And that actually, the combined effort of being set on fire, shot with the arrow, and hit with the rock, have her fall to the ground, missing her mark of landing in the pool of water again.
She did.
After she didn't. She is not dead yet because she was flying towards you, the noise maker, to make a bite attack.
Okay. I get to attack as well. I was just being polite and waiting.
Yeah, but she is still gonna get you two.
Yeah, fine. What
So-
do I roll?
24 to hit. You take 3 piercing and 16 poison.
Goodness, her poison is freaking strong. I'm gonna have to see if I can like maybe take some of her venom before we leave.
Yeah, you could just totally jerk her off for it.
But yeah, you still have a Dominicus and a Natus.
Get that sap.
I think you readied your action to attack as Natus too. But-
Yeah.
You
So
labeled
ma-
it this is for mature audiences, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But Nadis will gore her stomach, and Dominicus will try and chop her head off mid-flight.
I'm about to be the Odysseus to your Medusa.
Tanner would approve of chopping her head off.
All right, that hits. All right. Need one more
For Dominicus.
for Dominicus.
Not to be confused with his mimic
That is a
self.
miss, as she is flailing around on the ground.
Like anything with my offhand or anything? No.
No, because you're using your reaction. You can only make one.
Okay. But can she be stuck on my horn?
I'll say that she's not grappled, but she can, for flavor, be stuck on your horn, yes.
I've seen this hentai.
But it is still her turn, and she only used one of her attacks. Because they were supposed to be a drive-by. And she is going to attempt to constrict. Alright, that's a fail. And she will make one claw attack. Which is a fail. Because she does not have advantage against you.
Oh no, she is stuck on his horn. I'd say that gives her a lot of power.
Tolston's gonna do his thing again, which is just walk over here. Get between Varsum and the threat.
Oh, he had an attack ready as well, did he not?
You mean Tolston?
The guy on the left that you're now controlling.
Awkward.
Yeah,
Awkward.
but he readied an attack to swipe in this area.
Yeah.
And he's just got his greatsword. But he is gonna walk over here. But Prisma, it is your turn.
It's the Prisma's turn. Let's see.
Ah, crap.
Well,
I actually could have moved because I said she wasn't grappled, but, stuck on your horn for flavor.
Yeah, she can move. I'll let her move. We get attacks of opportunity.
I already ended her turn.
Okay.
I can't stop thinking about it wrong. What's wrong with me?
Well, I'm not going to change the way I describe things. So it's all going to be innuendo, I think.
But Prisma, it is your turn.
second.
Which actually, now that I remember, it puts you at even with attack rolls because poison gives you disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay. Prisma will be
So-
like, "You're a really big meanie. You don't really deserve these, but here you go."
Well, you didn't give it to her.
I have advantage, remember? Fairy fire.
Well, I just...
Yeah, but
I-
you have disadvantage if you're poisoned.
Yeah, you're back at even,
Fuck, you're right.
and that's why I said, actually, because you're poisoned, and just remembered that.
Chris
Oh.
gonna give it to you. Not.
So yeah, you're... A
Goes everywhere.
spray of candies fly from her fingertips and just scatter across the ground.
Oh, it's a free treat for natives at least.
Dominicus.
Okay. So, without even changing his posture on his mount, he's going to do all three attacks like super fast, like that video he sent me of Devil May Cry. Just going to be like 3 bright arcs of light.
I'm enjoying
gonna
that
try and-
It's handmade Sabuki style.
Behead her.
All right, make those attacks. Hit, hit, hit.
Nice. No rage damage. 20.
That is a very good
20? Well, as you said, Dominicus lets loose a flurry of swings, cutting her 3 times. First chopping her tail, then her torso, and then finally a clean sweep through the neck.
So
And he
it's just
can't-
And her
the
head
head.
rolls to the ground.
Can he catch it before it touches the ground?
You know what? I'll have to say, gimme a sleight of hand for coolness.
I was about to say, yeah, get a sleight of hand on that cash. Oh my god, it's a 0!
Oh, I've got weapons in my hands. What do you expect?
Yeah, that was why I did it. If you only had one sword, I would have said that you could have did it. But you're trying to like grab it with the thing. So
that-
sadly, it rolls to the ground,
And I ruined my epic slashiness.
face down.
Hey, still got what he wanted.
Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome. Hooray, we did it!
Well, for coolness, just to redeem myself, I will like put my swords in my sheath like a cowboy.
All right.
So I will hurry over to our little robot friend and give him the flask.
And just pour that on my gizmos, and my gizmos be like, well, thank you. A little awkward to receive human healing, but I'm not complaining.
I wanna take some of her venom.
All right. Give me a survival to milk that snake. That was for you.
Why? Wait, you did that on purpose. You just admitted.
I did that for you. Do you have any vials or bottles to put it in?
You got 6 back.
I have 2 empty ones from the vials I just used today.
Well, those weren't supposed to actually be vials, you know, like real vials.
I thought you
But-
said I started off with 6 pre-made ones.
Yeah, I mean, but they're from your class. They're from your subclass, so they weren't supposed to actually be like real vials, you know? Yeah, I just used vials as like to let you know kind of thing.
Would I have any in my poisoner's kit?
I would say yes to that.
Then yes, I do have vials.
All right. Well, you have with that survival, I will give you 2 vials of Medusa venom.
Yay!
And that Medusa venom will do 4d6 poison damage. So write that down somewhere.
So it does how much? 4d6?
4d6 poison damage.
Very nice.
No saving throw.
So, Dominicus will get down off Nadus to pick up the head and say, good job, everybody. And Nadus will instantly charge Sieg. Not charge as in the ability, because I'm not even raging, but I will charge straight into him and stand on top of him.
I don't like where this is going.
This is for you.
Wait, what? What's happening?
Nadus is excited.
Oh.
Can you use much more direct terminology because I'm a perv and I'm thinking the wrong things?
I think you're thinking the right thing. This is for you.
Ah, fuck. I hate thinking the right things when I'm thinking wrong things.
All right.
Poor,
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking, poor Hasladri there, with Nidus just flopping all over him while he's lying on the ground.
Depending on what it is, I may roll away. Is
Yeah, so
it wet or is it solid?
He's not. Yeah, he's not doing the deed, but he is aroused. And if you do a perception test, you see that. It's up to you what you do. But yeah,
Which
so
is
you,
why I said flopping.
I mean, I have a 16 passive. I could kind of just see.
yeah, so you know what he's doing.
So yeah, kind of just rolls away.
All right. But the
Mostly because It surmises that liquids would damage the circuitry. Which, that vial thing was a real awkward experience, but at least it helped.
But the corpse of the now killed Medusa squirms on the ground, flailing around a bit before her movements stop. And the moaning of the statues dies down slowly and begin to glow before bursting and shattering around you. Now, how would you like to proceed?
Where to?
I was really hoping I could squeeze out more venom out of this thing. She was really packing a punch with this stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
You guys want to see? It looks cool in this vial. And I hold it up and I start shaking it a little.
I'm pretty sure it's already still in my body.
I am debating the merits of dismembering and incinerating the corpse. Because if we leave it here, it's going to smell up the joint and attract scavengers.
Could I take one of her snake fangs? To me, it might be used as like a little dagger.
I don't want you to deform the head because we're taking it as an item, as a weapon.
Oh yeah, no, we're taking the head, but we can't just leave the whole ass rest of the body here. Or
Yeah, but I'm just like, I'm not saying no, but just the reason why I would maybe not want to take a fang. Depending on her pose, if her fangs are showing, for example, it might ruin the look or the power.
Would it?
I don't know.
I'm sure it would definitely ruin the look.
She's got one gap in her teeth, but she's still got one perfect fang on the other side.
I mean, technically we could remove them all,
She'll just be toothless.
The dragon?
No.
Oh.
But, yeah, how would you like to proceed? I assume Dominicus will find his axes, which he threw.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that
I forgot
reminds
about
me. Am I able to go and collect any of the arrows I used?
You can... How many did you use?
I had 15 when we started. I have 10 now because I forgot to count the one I just used. So I used 5.
You used 5. I'll say roll a 1d4 plus 1, and that's how many you find that are still usable.
1d4 plus 1?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, you find 4 of those 5 arrows that you shot.
Hooray!
Well, Nadis will do what he was planning to do to Sieg, but he'll do it to the ground, and then he'll just pass out to sleep.
It would probably feel the same. It's not like I'm soft and fleshy.
Well, I was going to speak to you about it privately. I was going to ask if you wouldn't mind being like Nadis' toy. And he'd just like bash you every now and then, or like throw you up in the air. And
You don't think that that was, considering the first instance that you tried, you don't think that would have been proper to have crossed by me instead of afterwards being like, I was gonna say, you just tried to rape me.
yeah, I would have spoke to you if you were on time.
So if the topic has light
It's called
on,
Discord DMs. You drop them in the lane. They were
No, I've thought about it all week.
here.
I've thought about it all week, but I thought it would be better man to man. It was embarrassing for me to do or even consider.
You gotta act that animal nature, though. You gotta role play.
Remember me with the Nuppets, man? I was like beaming.
You couldn't
would've
even
been
take a
more-
kiss on the hand to get uncursed at the succubus shop.
I know, right? I was like, I'll take her kiss for her if she won't.
I'd be perfectly okay with borderline anything Navis does as long as it doesn't involve an excretory organ.
Well, you know, like, I'm prude in real life, but Robin was prude. Mavis isn't.
Anyway, so you guys do what you will with the body. If you want to keep the head, though, for future use, whenever and still get paid for this, then you're gonna probably have to take some kind of proof, though.
Didn't we say the head was proof, but we're just not going to give it to them to keep?
They're probably gonna try to take it.
Chop off one of the snake hairs.
Does she have any armor on?
No, she was completely nude.
I mean, we could always strap the body to Nidus and bring it with us,
Let's do that.
as long as we don't leave it here and it's disposed of responsibly. I don't see it being an issue.
Alrighty.
So we're heading back to town.
Well, if you would like to, search the area, you can. The only way that you can see at the moment is the way that you came in from.
Okay.
But the statues around you were probably hunters from the guild or just people who have wandered in here on accident, as well as a couple of goblins, which is probably why they knew stuff was bad in here.
Also, we should probably search the remains of the statues to see if their gear is serviceable.
Yeah, you can if you want to.
I know Tana wanted to use the head towards the goblins to escape, but I've got this nagging thought that maybe we should keep it a secret that she's dead.
Probably not a bad idea.
For the time being, at least.
All right.
But even if you strap in her to Nadus, then just like put a blanket over or something.
But if
I
you
mean,
guys
we'd be
were...
wrapping the body anyway.
Yeah, I doubt you would leave it just open and stapled to you.
And dripping.
Ooh.
I mean, I wouldn't care, but yeah, good plan.
Yeah, Natus might get a rash from that.
Or, scorpions. I'm just kidding. I wasn't going to go with that.
Yeah, we were talking about instant XP. Like, infinite XP. We'll just stay here for 3 months and kill scorpions.
And just eat them all.
We'll stay here for 3 months and kill some.
But anyway, if you would like to search some of the statues, Cornelius, give me an investigation.
I was going to ask investigational perception, but yeah.
Yeah, whenever you're searching something real, closely and inspecting things, I go with investigation. Perception is just like your situational awareness and surroundings. For me, anyway.
Yeah, that was my general understanding of how it would work, but I don't know between DMs, so...
Cornelius... Go ahead.
What between DMs?
As in, I didn't know if it would differ between you versus,
Yeah, but what's the
Wheat.
difference?
Investigation versus perception.
Oh,
which
well,
he
when you
does the same
explained
as
it that,
you.
when you explained it that other time, yeah, I decided to go with that because it does make sense. No, but and then I also came up with the whole Google search thing where it was like perception is noticing the clues and investigation is actually getting information.
But anyway, Cornelius, you're able to find... you rolled really well. So you're able to find, scattered among the statues that are left, as well as the ones that exploded, 18 gold pieces, 27 silver pieces, and 40 copper. A hunting trap, and 2 unbroken flasks of oil. And there also seems to be a gardening rake at the foot of one of the statues. At the feet of one of the statues, sorry.
Ooh, this seems like a job for someone with Arcana.
As well, clutched in the hand of a broken statue arm, a piece of paper.
Well, I'm definitely going to take that piece of paper.
You're gonna have to break the fingers a little bit, but you can get it out of there.
I'm going to
I-
use my hammer.
Can I at least use all this to try and squeeze in a short rest?
That'll be a group decision, but probably.
I was asking the group, sorry. Yeah.
I'm not fussed.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're the tank, so we're going to kind of need you on the front lines. Any opportunity to heal is A-okay in my books.
Yeah.
I think Wheat uses the normal resting mechanics.
Where I use the hit die.
Yeah, which means a short rest would be 3 hours.
No, it's 1
Oh.
hour.
What?
One.
No,
Oh,
shut-
1?
What the? I never told him that, I swear.
Yeah, no, I was briefly confused because of,
It's 1 hour. Mine's
Yeah.
a half an hour. And when you heal in a short rest, it's usually 1 hit dice, right?
No, you can expend as many as you have, but whenever
Okay.
you take a long rest, you regain only half of your expended hit dice. So it technically takes 2 long rests to regain all of your hit die.
Is that rounded up?
Yeah, I'll round it up.
Nice.
which means that as long as you only use 1 hit die, you can always get your full hit dice back at the end of a long rest.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on how many you use, but if you have 10 and you use, like all of them, and you'd only get 5 the next time you long rest. But yeah, you hammer that hand and kind of chisel away at it, break those fingers. You can get at that paper now.
But is it archaeology style or is it brute style?
I don't know. That's up to him.
Well, I would figure more brute blacksmith style, since he doesn't have much experience with archaeology. He's just two-handing the hammer and just knocking it out of the park. Well, not literally out of the park, since it would be a downward swing, but he's not too worried about potentially breaking a piece of paper because it's compressible, but breaking those fingers, guy's dead. He's not going to need him anyway.
But
Also, can I run Arcana on the rake?
Yeah, you can roll Arcana. There seems to be a couple of runes on it, but they don't really seem to mean anything that you would know.
So not giant runes. Good to know.
Yeah, not giant runes. And
I shall notify the rest of the party.
And although you can't tell if it's magical, you could assume such because of how it looks.
And the fact that it's got magic-looking runes on it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be glowing or anything, and, Arcana's not detect magic, so... But it could be an assumption that either the runes are magical, or the rake itself is.
Or both. Could be both.
Or both. The rake seems to kind of have these little divots on the ends, and it's got a red handle. These protrusions on the end, not divots.
I'm gonna take it to bring to the rest of the group.
Alrighty. Anything else?
Well, I think I'll give the hunting trap to our resident ranger. Prisma can carry it, right?
The hunting trap is like a bear trap. So probably
Yes.
not, technically.
She can just have that in her pocket. She'll be fine.
In that case, I will keep it on hand for if we need to use it, but I'll probably need her help to set it up. Actually,
Alright.
no, because it would be strength, not survival, probably.
Oh,
What you wanna do?
and sorry, I kind of zoned out typing in the hunting trap. As you pick up
Off the
the
table.
gardening rake, you feel it shake in your hand.
Can I ask what happened?
You died.
You were awesome.
You got the last kill. You cut her head off.
Yep,
did?
you got the
Okay.
last kill of all the kills we did in this fight.
So the rake's a nail or a piece? Is that
No,
what you were
it-
relaying? No?
It doesn't seem to be really resonating with anybody in particular. It's not pointing to somebody like Vitari's spear was, you know? It's not kind of pulling towards them. It's just kind of like shaking. And Cornelius, you hear sort of this, not necessarily here, but in the back of your mind, you feel like it may be laughing at you.
Huh, it's a cursed rake. Interesting.
Delascar. But as my last action as Dominicus, since Tanner's here, I would like to pay my debts with one single red apple.
Before he takes full control, I'm gonna feed myself.
Alrighty.
You just robbed me.
Yeah.
I do not consent.
Took it out of your bag.
That's funny.
You could just put 6 more in there.
Oh, and because of the short rest, Cornelius, you're no longer poisoned. Vomit a couple times and you feel better.
Do you want me to screen share, Tanner?
Oh man.
I would appreciate that. Yes, please.
I need to find more reasons to poison Michiru so she can vomit more. Oh,
But yeah,
So we got our head.
it is on the
Yeah.
ground at the moment, lying face down, but you guys were taking a short rest.
Is there like, do we have some sort of cloth to like wrap it?
I'm sure you do. It would be in your
There was.
stuff.
I can't make there be orange juice.
Okay.
Is it in my stuff?
Can't see anything, but do we not normally start with some kind of pack?
I mean, usually, do you not have like your Dungeoneers pack or Explorers pack or anything?
There's nothing on my character either, so I think I missed that too.
I mean, your stuff would have gone to him anyway.
Okay. Well, we made up a background, so I think that's why I didn't add that.
Well, that's at class creation. You start with
Okay.
that kind of stuff. So you would be able to choose. I I think explorers or dungeoneers as a fighter. And you would probably have nothing. You would forgo that because, you know, you're a rhino.
Fair enough. What do you say to a dungeoneer, Tanner?
What is that?
I have no idea, but it sounds like we're in a dungeon.
Well, a dungeoneer's pack has different stuff in it. That's like a scholar's pack would have inks and quills and parchment and stuff. So
The
whenever you
Dungeoneer's pack has a crowbar, hammer, pittons, torch, or 10 torches, 10 pittons, rather, etc. I have it.
Oh, we already have the hammer, the pittons, and torches and stuff. So maybe
yeah,
we've
it
already-
was probably added. Whenever you add it on Roll20, like click and drag add, it'll unpack it and put all of the stuff in it.
Okay. So that's
Yo.
mine.
Instead of just saying Dungeoneer's pack.
Which I'd known that. I added mine manually.
I would
So
have
we
told
don't
you.
have a blanket.
I mean, I would say that you'd probably have a bedroll, but I don't know if you'd want
Can
to
I
share
wrap it in
that
my
with her.
cape or something?
Hey, wait.
Yes.
Don't I have a cape on my character?
What would you say to a pack mule class? You know, that one in some RPGs that's like the designated carrying person, and their weight load is like a million times higher than everyone else's.
That's what you all are for Prisma.
That's racist.
You'll have to get me the right gear. I've only got 2 saddlebags at the moment, so I picture carrying small items, unless it's a body that you can like tie to me or whatever. But yeah, you'd have to get me the right gear, and then I'd be happily.
But yeah,
Ow.
like, I mean, like as a designated class. I'm like,
Oh, sorry.
I
Yeah.
mean, Natus should already have, like, I know it's not what you were asking for, but Natus should already have powerful build, which makes him, like, considered large for the sake of carrying things.
huh.
I don't know if,
Sure.
if he actually put that in there whenever I said, but
It's not written down, no. But I
Alright.
just assume it anyway.
yeah, you should. So the way that you do like carry weight is like 15 times your strength score, and then you double that for powerful build.
Okay. I'll just put a note there, and I'll do it next time. Yeah, I picture pulling carts and vehicles and stuff, being like a drive-by guy as well.
It's the new Larry.
Well, better than new better Larry.
New better Larry, alright.
You just knew better everyone.
Yes, everyone.
Knew better Robin, knew better Larry. Larry the horse gimp turned into a rhino named Natus.
You better, Robin.
Who's better, Robin?
That was from the last campaign, remember?
He was not there, I think.
Well, I thought he remembered the joke.
It was like the nicest thing you could say to a stranger that's starting the game for the first session. It's like,
Well, he also was doing it because he really hated the NPC Robin.
It really caught his heart.
who I grew to love so much that he basically runs the orphanage.
Yeah. Only
Sorry.
hated her because he's trying to be somewhat evil. This dude is just on my back.
Like, you don't have to be evil. There's another path, my friend.
Anyway, let's not talk about the other thing.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
What else would you guys like to do?
So are we short resting it?
Yeah, you're short resting.
You get anything else back? Like, no. Yeah, I finished a short rest, so the roar.
Oh yeah, that's alright. Gotta double check that kind of stuff.
The
Uh,
bounty lord?
It'll say whenever you use something whether you get it back on a short or long rest.
Yeah, finish a short or long rest.
Yep, and I get all my runes back.
Darn it all! I got nothing. Nothing. Wait,
That's to cheat a little bit. I've already used hit dice for Dominicus, but I've just seen that he's got second wind. Could we say we did that before the fight ended, kind of thing?
how,
I'm gonna say since you already did it, no.
If I say please.
But for future, for the future, you can do that.
Yeah.
spell slot recovery? Only sorcerers or warlocks rather get it on short rest?
Yes.
Damn.
Wizards have the ability to do an arcane recovery whenever they take a short rest. They can regain a number of slots equal to half their level. And so they can get any number between like 1 and 5 or something like that.
Pick a number between 1 and 5. Come on, do it.
Almost
So
with
Speaking
the,
of,
They can't do 6s or higher.
I'll just go next. I'll be quick. How much is a Medusa head in weight?
I'll say. I mean, she's pretty big. I mean, she's not large, but she's pretty big. She'd have a pretty big head, and all those snakes are pretty meaty and bony. So I'll say like
30 pounds?
no, not 30 pounds.
'Cause snakes are heavy.
I'll say
Honestly,
10 pounds.
10 pounds? That's how much a human head weighs.
Really?
Yeah,
My head is only 10 pounds? Really doesn't feel that way.
Tiny head.
Yeah.
Okay, then 15 pounds.
human head. Oh, cool. Google autocorrect or autofill already does. Apparently, it's a popular subject. Yeah, 15 pounds is real good for weighing more than a human head, because a human head's 11 pounds.
Jerry Maguire kid said it. It was one of the cutest things on TV.
It's lighter if your brain is smaller.
Oh yeah, I thought it was going to be quick. I did
I wanted
interrupt
to be
somebody.
mean, Whitney, but I was like, no, this is too easy. She's making it too easy.
I didn't mean to do that. That one, ignore that.
No.
That's for Okrith, though.
I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying not to knee-jerk be an asshole.
So, talking about anything, doing anything? What's going on?
well, first of all, I'm going to read that scrap of paper.
I think we're just resting, yeah.
All right, well,
I wrap up the head.
revealing the paper, it depicts a series of caves on the Panichi Pass with a crude doodle of a multi-snaked head inside of one of them.
Huh, it's a map.
A hand-drawn map.
Doodly.
And the map shows that there are multiple entrances and exits to this cave that you're in.
Does it have a "you are here" mark?
No. It just has the snake head.
Oh my god, I hate this game.
But, as I just said, the map shows that there are multiple entrances and exits to the cave that you're in. The one that you came through when you first entered, of course, leads to the Panichi Pass proper. And the others seem to be a disused tunnel that kind of winds along and splits to two paths. The map indicates that one is the path to the next town, Langrisser, and the other to a cave that holds the goblin encampment on the other side of the pass. Which could also explain the number of goblin statues in here.
Goblin.
So she
He's not.
may have been going there and taking people in. Possibly. If the goblins know and don't come in here, why are there so many goblin statues is kind of where that goes.
I mean, Medusa hunting would make sense. Alternatively, another equally likely explanation is that goblins are stupid.
You raise a good point.
But yeah, you now have a crudely drawn, hand-drawn map of a couple of caves in the Panichi Pass.
I'm going to show this around to the team so we can locate the entrances.
All right, so you show that around. Thoughts, anyone?
And while we're on it, any thoughts about the rake that may possibly be cursed? Because if anyone's got any any way to investigate that in detail, probably sooner would be better.
Well, I can tell you some crazy timelines, or I could just augury this.
Ooh, that would be lovely.
So let's see what.
Oh, bitch. Wow, I'm sorry.
So you're
Okay.
going to use augury?
Do I ask a question or something?
Yes, you ask a question.
Because augury doesn't state that I ask something. It just says that I lay out cards. I'm basically being a fortune teller.
But you do ask something. So,
Okay.
the specifics
Ritual.
of a course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. I mean, it doesn't say that you ask something, but you're asking me, you know? So you be like, hey, if we do this, will it be good, bad, both, or don't know? You know, kind of thing.
Okay, so if we try to use this, what is it?
It's a rake.
If we try to use this rake, will we be displeased at the effects?
Wheel and woe.
Okay, so it has a good news and a bad news. But you guys can see my card, so I don't have to announce it. Please.
Well, at least it's got a good news.
I use the ritual casting version. Because I have no spell slots level 2 up. And even so, I would prefer ritual casting even harder.
Alrighty. Anything else? You guys have absolutely nothing to say about the map that he also showed.
Well, that's
I mean, it's fine if you don't.
I was reading my character sheet. Sorry.
Beg your pardon. Sorry.
Crispin thinks it's a pretty drawing.
Yeah, it looks like a map of the local area. The entire pass and all the caves and such are marked out.
Oh, it's a map?
Should we use it to continue the mission we were on, or just go back to the town?
I thought it was a drawing of a house.
I mean, we go town.
Yeah, if we go to the town ahead, we might be able to beat the kidnappers there and cut them off.
Because it is hand-drawn, you don't really know exactly how much time this shortcut would shave off, but as it is a shortcut, it would probably shave some time off the 3 days journey. And I'm
I mean,
sorry,
that or we can
I didn't mean to cut either of you off, but
Oh, I was about to say, alternatively, we could creep into the goblin camp and set it on fire just for laughs, but the sensible part of me says we head towards the town.
bringing up the goblin camp, you would also have remembered that they were taking people in nets and stuff. If that changes your thoughts on that.
Should we try to free people?
I mean, we should probably try and rescue folks. Yeah, that would be the...
There were a bunch of innocent townsfolk that were conscripted.
What if they're already dead, though?
I mean, some of them were captured. They could still be alive. And
I mean,
Do
saving
goblins
some
eat
is better
people?
than...
Could I be sniffer dog to maybe try and find out if there's any noises like heartbeats or smells or I don't know, like
In here?
well, to the statues.
Oh, you can try.
Try and find out, who are alive and
Boy,
Save
I sure
them.
hope that guy whose hand I broke off isn't still alive.
oh dear.
You tell us, did you see blood?
Would
I
that
don't
be-
know. I was more concerned with the paper.
No, there was no
Actually-
blood. It was a stone all the way through.
I was gonna say, actually, we tell us, not you tell us. Did you see blood? But yeah.
So I'd use perception because it's not exactly investigation, is it? Because I'm just smelling and listening. It's a question, sorry.
What was the question?
I would use perception, not investigation.
Yeah, it seems like there are no... I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. There are no living statue people in the bunch that you see around here.
but the map shows where Goblin Camp would be.
Yes, it does.
So I mean, we can go to town, or we can try to go there and free people. I do probably need a long rest before really using a lot, but
Yeah, we could just chain long rest. I mean, if we're trying to be perfectly fair, that was a boss. That merits a long rest.
I mean, it'll have been 16 hours, well 17 hours with the short rest added. So the longer you wait, the less that you'll have to save people.
Hey, like, I'm sorry, but that's why we all took a short rest and healed. Now we won't even get what we paid for that heal back. So I think
Alright,
we should
we
just
gotta-
go.
We gotta take a step
will.
back and ask ourselves, do we really care about those people? Who here is lawful good?
Well, I don't
I am-
care, but me, I do, and I'm a good boy. I do what I'm told.
I mean, me personally, I couldn't give a rat's ass about them, but I feel like Cornelius would. He would go for saving them.
I mean, you can tell by the affiliation of your character. So I'm
Yeah,
guessing
he's
he's a
neutral
good guy.
good.
I don't want to deny you, Joey, but you're still going to be good with your spear, no?
yeah,
Yeah.
I got my spear.
And he's still got cantrips.
And cantrips, yeah.
And I've got all my runes back.
Yeah, I can fight too.
Like, you've got the flask, so you can take the other shot. Is it not 2 shots? I've actually got it open.
It's 2, yeah. 1 charge to spin.
And we've done a short rest, so you could use a hit point at least, because at least you get that back. I spent all mine.
Well, on a short rest, you get one of its charges back too.
Oh, okay.
So
we got
every
2
hour that
charges.
goes by, it refills a charge.
Maybe
So
not even-
theoretically, we could use it to heal Nidus.
I'm healed.
Oh,
Cool. I can heal then.
I wanted to say this health bar system that Kokuzo's put on my character. I love it. Like it's my
That's
focal
pretty
point.
dope.
Yeah, that's
it is pretty neat. Credit to Zen for finding out that we could do this.
Thank you.
Man.
Because noobers are like, oh yeah, Coco's. Oh, what about the guy that told her she should do that?
I was about to
mean-
say, yeah, it was all her idea.
I mean, I kind of feel bad because I knew about it and chose not to use it on purpose.
Don't be, dude. Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah.
on purpose. Oh.
But when everybody said that they wanted it, I was like, all right, I'll let them have it.
Okay, well, yeah. If you tell me to turn it off, I will.
Nah. I think it looks
will
cleaner
not.
without it.
Okay.
But, yeah, use it if you want to.
Well, it's like I want to represent my character to your audience. So it's like
You can't
once we
tell
start
me
getting
how
more
to do
viewers, they
it.
might be like routing for me the most.
Well, animal mascots do tend to, on average, be the most popular characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
Like-
loves Cornelius.
They just did when you were big.
the real animal mascot.
He does kind of look like a mascot character, yes.
Anyway,
When I grow up, I want to be R2D2, but it'll never happen because I can't grow.
Dimitri, to this discussion of rescuing people or heading to Langrisser to try to cut off the kidnappers, we'll just step up and say, well, you can go do whatever you wish. I'm going to the goblin camp.
So,
Feel free to tag
See.
along if you wish to follow behind me in my footsteps.
Sieg climbs up on top of Navis and goes into low power state, you know? But, 6-hour long rest for me and I get to still be conscious-ish. I could try.
If you stay on, I could throw you off at any point.
I know, but that's not like I'm unconscious, so once I fall off, I'm like, fuck, he disturbed it. I'm gonna have to actually. But, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not saying things on purpose, but I'm listening. I'm waiting to try and, like, help you make you decide. But Dominicus is back now, so I can't speak.
Well, yeah, I'd probably look at Dominicus. Say, yeah, you are a leader. What do you think we should do?
I mean, Tanner, are you gone again?
He is muted and deafened.
Okay. Well, what if we were to... No, because separation's bad. I was just going to say, it's like, I think saving the people is important. Like, I think the lion character that I've just had a glimpse into would be like, saving those people isn't even a question.
I agree.
I don't know. They look like really spongy firewood to me. But unfortunately, my character's true neutral. Does not give a shit either way.
I don't actually know. Let me just check what's written down. Nothing.
I'm certain I wrote down true neutral on him. Lawful neutral? Who the... Wheat, you did this.
I didn't do that.
I'm kidding.
I didn't do nothing to that character.
Lawful. I'm
Then
true.
I'd say if we're all in agreement, hurry along after the smug jerk that took off.
All right, we're all in agreement to head after that smug jerk that took off.
Yeah, he was like walking off, right? He's like, you could follow my footsteps.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking you were talking about somebody completely different.
So yeah, I think the townspeople are like more invested in their order than we are because we're individuals. So they're like, well, you do what you want, but we're doing the job.
Oh, Dimitri's not a townsfolk.
Oh,
He's not from Laseed.
He's just an asshole. Got it.
so it's like, we're not going to take these orders and this like militia roundup seriously because, I mean, Dominicus was getting into a fight with the local law when it all happened.
Yeah.
And if I'm your leader, I'm not going to be like, better do what they say. I'm going to be like, we do what's right.
All right.
Yeah,
then.
we would resist.
Oh, there's Tanner. Right, take over your character. You're our leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
We save the townspeople, or we leave them and go to town.
Or do you go to the next town?
Or do you punch
Or
him?
next town.
That has to be a distinction.
Yeah.
Or do we do a doobie and put on some Pink Floyd?
I'm down
Sounds
for that.
like a plan.
I'm down to. Are we infiltrating the goblin camp?
You're at a choice now. You can either head to the next town, Langerser, try to cut off the kidnappers, or you can follow Dimitri and Phineas to try to rescue and actually Okrith too, to try to rescue the kidnapped citizens that were captured by the goblins.
I think we should go ahead and try and capture or take back the captured princess.
Yeah.
We do have a mission, and it isn't to save folk.
I mean, you're not wrong, and the likelihood of us getting a reward for going to the goblin camp and saving those folks is minimal, so...
We already have the, like, guaranteed 300 gold coins for the Medusa head, so...
Yeah, we can divvy it up for everyone who isn't neutral.
I really thought Dominicus would choose to save the people, but alright.
Having said that, just because we hurry to the next town does not mean we'll make it there before the kidnappers do. They had quite a head start on us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, me and you have to bond a little more because I just was role playing you completely the opposite.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed.
You have to understand.
But
Tanner's
I'll
not
do
good.
whatever you want. I don't care. Let's go. Let's go quickly.
He is evil.
I mean, we haven't even heard from everyone.
I mean,
Yeah.
What about Prisma?
What?
I'll listen to like majority rules, whatever wants to do. Like Dominicus will give that option. I'm just giving you my 2 cents.
Yeah, I personally am not fussed, but I feel like Cornelius would tend to lean towards save the people, so that's where his vote is going. But he will accompany the party whatever decision is ultimately made.
Yeah, and
Nowhere.
C
Sorry,
just
we're
follows
choosing
instructions.
The
He
people.
literally turns on because instructions. Giggity, giggity.
Well, you know that Okrith, Phineas, and Dimitri are going to go there. Like it or not. So, if you care about the NPCs, that's 3 votes for going to save them. Varsum votes to save. Tolston cares only about his son and is actually arguing with him right now on the sidelines.
Yeah, but we all know what's happening. Kid saying, I'm the courageous one, Dad. You can stay back. He's like, no, son. I will go under your shadow.
No, it's more like, how could you not want to save those people?
Out of character-ish, could Dominicus like know something like masterminded, like strategy, and convince them to go save the princess? Then we'll rescue them. Like maybe he has a good tactical mind and he knows that's the better play.
Well, you would have to convey that in some way.
I should really stop playing characters who try to do the wrong thing or nothing. Because I feel like I'd make a good advisory kind of position. You know when I'm not trying to be an asshole.
Like, because it would be really cool, right? I'm speaking to the team. It'd be really cool if we didn't separate the party and the NPCs, but we did both
Hey.
jobs.
Okay, can I metagame a little bit? I'm thinking a little bit more. Let's go save the people, because I was trying to bully the like police guy for kidnapping someone, and the whole reason I did it was like he shouldn't be confined. So let's go save the people, and I don't want to like go out of character.
Yeah, cool. Okay, good. I've got it written on
like,
my.
But at the same time, the princess was captured, so that would also be in character to go, and it's our mission, you know?
So if you can see my screen, Tanner, I've highlighted my ideal.
I mean, I
As an
will
anime.
say, I'll give you a little bit of a push, saying that you can do both, but you can only do both if you do one first.
Let's save the people.
All right.
What are you eating?
Food.
Also,
Right.
Short rest.
Sneak in a quick coffee break.
oh yeah, we can take a break if you guys want to break. But I was gonna say that you guys can actually do a history check too, if you want to try to learn anything about those goblins, to see if you know anything about them. Okrith gave you what his gave him, but is that what is that?
Dominicus.
Whose history is that?
That's Dominicus.
That's Dominicus's? Okay, I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I know.
I was about to
perfectly.
that'd be
Natus getting a
hilarious if
nat
that's
20.
Natus's.
Natus recalls the land of the goblins.
Uh,
and the complete detailed
There
history.
would just be visions, like a little montage of little, like thought bubbles of torturing me and stuff.
you don't need that nat 20 to get the info, so you can bank that if you want.
I'll bank it. Yep.
Dominicus as well as Vitari. Prisma, sorry, you didn't get high enough. Prisma, what yours gave you is basically what you already know. There's lots of them. They're violent, and that's about it. They're heavy in the slave trade too.
Well, that sounds just about right for a guy who
You
doesn't
can't-
remember the proper history of anything.
Yeah, you can't figure out the history of these specific goblins. You just flash by with too many different types of multiverse goblins. But Dominicus and Vitari, you would know that those goblins are probably going to eat those people and sell the ones that they don't eat into slavery.
Yeah, okay, so let's go save the people from the goblins.
Yeah, there's probably a big old cooking pot with people dancing around it right now that they're gonna start throwing 4 people at a time into.
All right. Yeah. Let's.
I tell everyone, onward!
And how would you like to get there?
I don't know.
Well,
I use the map. Find a good way.
yeah, the map says that you can, there is a tunnel somewhere in this cave that will lead to a fork in the tunnel and leads to one of the goblins' camp's caves.
Yeah.
So you can either leave through the front, possibly getting caught by any goblin patrols that are still out there, or you can try to sneak through the cave if you can find the passageway.
I'd say let's try to sneak.
Rope stealth.
Sneak through the front or
Through the tunnels. That's what I was thinking.
through the tunnel. All right. Well, a cursory glance with your passive perceptions does not. You do not see any tunnels.
Gonna give it the old college try. And
I
that's
got a
worse than my passive perception.
Well, 16 for me, unless I get advantage, which is 18.
I don't know why you would get advantage.
Okay, so it's a 16.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to. This map is either wrong or the tunnel is somewhere that you just can't see at the moment.
Would I be able to do it?
You can attempt.
What was it? Sorry, I'm just back.
Oh, right, we were going to have a
Quick
pee
break.
and snack break. Sorry, got too into it.
I did it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I'll roll what Tanner needs to roll.
No, that will be.
Perception. They're trying to find the tunnel that leads to the goblins.
Not the goblins.
No, you split up in the cave and you're like checking the walls. Doesn't seem like
I mean, we
there's
do have a nat 20 banked.
doesn't seem
call.
like there's any
We don't. It's only for the session.
Yeah, but it was just rolled for the history.
Just got it, so we can pass by spending it.
Did
I
we
mean,
actually bank that history?
you guys are passing. There's nothing in here.
Oh,
There's nothing. Okay.
Oh.
So I guess all the way through the front. Alright, well, I'm gonna take that break right now.
All right. I am also going to take a slight break. But why would that map lie?
Because he is a spy.
I've missed a bit,
Or-
but is the map the underground water map?
Actually, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Underground water?
Yeah, the tunnels might be under the water and we have to swim through.
I'm not doing that.
I saw a horror movie, a Brazilian horror movie that was like all about that. I spent the whole movie holding my breath. It was horrible.
Not much of a fan of water.
Yeah, I was gonna say the necessity to swim means our autognome there would not be having a fun time there. So swimming is no bueno. We're gonna need to take the long way around.
Well, also, Dominicus has a fear of water, and I don't think he wants to go in some poo shit water, you know?
Oh, does
That
it
is true.
really? I'm gonna write that on your character sheet. It makes sense. I didn't even think of that.
Is he hydrophobic or just thalassophobic, though?
I don't know, because when he split up from his grandfather, he, like, fell into a river. And so he almost drowned, obviously. So he's afraid, he's scared.
Ah, so probably just flat out hydrophobic then. because thalassophobes are only afraid of deep water, but if he almost drowned in a river, he's probably just afraid of water in general.
Yeah, he is. It's like Mystalia with fire, but the complete opposite.
Yeah, I'm like, I've not put a fear as such, but I kind of have in the back of my mind that I don't like insects. So when giant insects show up, I'm gonna have something to say. But I've got dislikes whips and chains. So
All right, I'm back.
welcome back.
What has been discussed?
Silence fillers, really. Just fears.
All right.
Like how they were discussing how the map might be for the underwater like caverns, and then I said how I wouldn't want to go in dirty, gross poo water, especially since I don't like water in general. So Dominicus would not want to go in the gross Medusa water.
I mean,
Well,
is there
with
no clean
those-
water?
With those perception checks, you would be able to find that this one over here does not have any of that murkiness.
I'll at least drink.
Yeah,
Is
the
it
the only
fresh?
reason that this one was like murky and everything, and you peed in this one instead of drinking it, is because it was like I have these specifically, which ones are which. But yeah, that water seems pretty fresh.
Joey's still on his break, I think.
No, I'm here.
Ah. I have some crisps in front of me, so I'm planning to mute.
Some crisps.
But yeah, I was just telling Vitari, with your perception check, you would also notice that this one up here is pretty clear.
Okay.
Not all poopy and gross like the other ones. I mean, a couple of them are clear, but like this one's pretty clear. But all of the other ones are kind of dirty and dark and murky.
By the way,
Yeah.
can I use something to figure out what kind of oil is in the oil flasks?
It's just basic oil.
Ah,
Yeah, like lantern
see,
oil.
I was wondering if it was, I was gonna say if it was like basic lantern oil, or if we were talking like it might potentially be poison oil pressed from some kind of toxic flower or what.
Nah, it's just lantern oil. Of course, you can always open it up and sling it on somebody and set people on fire with it, but
Actually, I was thinking if we doused House Laudry in oil, it would give him some waterproofing if we were going to go through the underwater passages.
I mean, it's not stated anywhere in my character sheet that I actually have a problem with water. You know, I'm just playing the rule, you know. So, mechanically speaking, it shouldn't do anything to me unless Wheat has a disagreement there.
no. I've got no disagreement. I don't see why you wouldn't be waterproof.
So, you don't really have to go the extra mile. I just play it off because I like playing my characters.
Maybe you think you're in a timeline where you're not waterproof.
Well, it sounds like you're going to have a lot of effort to convince Dominicus to do it. If that's what we have to do.
Unless somebody has a spell that can drain the water.
I mean, what do you even have to do to face a fear?
It would be a wisdom saving throw. And every time you attempt, but you fail, you get a +1 to your next attempt at overcoming your fear. The way that I did it with Mystalia's fire fear was the first time she had disadvantage, but you still got the +1 every time you failed and tried to confront it. And it was like a 20 that you'd have to succeed on.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next time it was even, and the next time was with advantage. And then after that, you are able to face your fear just fine.
So that's like an actual permanent upgrade. That's not just...
Yeah, that's a permanent. You get over your fear. But I also limited it to like once a day, or if you're in combat. So like you can actively work to get over your fear once a day, but if you're in combat and somebody's like throwing fire at her, she can make one in combat as well. But I would, probably not let her have the pluses to it, because it's like coming at her like real fast. She's not like able to steady herself for it. Same thing with Natus. Dominicus. So the first time he would roll, it would be at disadvantage, and if he fails, the next time he would get a +1, but he would probably not be able to force himself into the water unless somebody else, was able to convince him and help him through. Any other questions?
I'll splash him, because he's not on me at the moment, and the robot is. But I'm like, I could just jump in the water to splash him playfully.
Anybody else though? Any questions?
Did Dimitri and them like
I
walk out
fear
the front
thing
and just
now,
go, or
when he
they
does that?
wait?
No, they're looking for the tunnel as well.
Okay.
I just kind of have them in the like the one spot,
Yeah.
not moving them around.
WheatTon,
Yes.
do I roll my fear thing when he's splashing me? Now?
I would say you would be able to attempt to not jump out of the way, and like you would be able to see it coming and jump out of the way. But you could
But I don't.
you could attempt to kind of steel yourself of if we have to go in there and I'm wet already, maybe I will have an easier time doing it, kind of thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, you can roll a wisdom saving throw. It'll still be at disadvantage.
Okay.
All right, fail. But the next time you attempt to get over your fear, you'll have a +1 to that. Still at disadvantage though.
What do I have to roll to succeed?
20.
Oh, a perfect 20.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It could be with your modifiers and stuff, but
Wait, 20.
Guess
Can I
the
use my
overland
nat
route.
20 so I can just get over it for the rest of it?
No, you have to get 3 successes.
Oh, I got you.
The first one you'll have disadvantage. The second one you'll have it'll be even, and the third one will be with advantage. And every time you fail, you get a +1 added to your next roll. So
Stop
say
speaking.
you fail next one, you'll have a +2 on the one after that.
Nice.
You'd think that you would be kind of okay with just kind of clutching onto Natus, though. Like walking on the bottom.
Yeah, I'll hold on to him. For sure.
But with that, I would say that you would be too afraid to go in there unless somebody is, like, able to assure you that it's all right.
Alright. Yeah, I convey that. I'm like, I'm not going in there. This is where my story ends.
Guess I'll die now.
Well, I don't think we're really even getting the rhinos through any tunnels with underwater.
I mean, again, all you really know is that this one over here is cleaner. I haven't heard anybody say that they actually look inside. So,
I mean, I'll take a look.
I mean, you do have the light too.
Ah,
Everybody's
I'll
got
take that leap of
torches,
faith
but
and look.
if you got magical light,
got the.
it'll work
use that.
underwater.
I mean, I don't need a torch because I've got dark vision, but I'm not sure that would help underwater.
But yeah,
Take a look.
as you draw closer, I'm assuming you still have the light spell cast at the tip of your spear.
Yes, sir.
Making a pretty good pole torch, actually. But as you get closer to that clear pool, it begins to illuminate things at the bottom. And it's actually pretty big down there. And you can see a couple of goblin statues. And then a dark spot in the side.
All right.
Why are you
That's
such a dick?
going... That was the wrong one. That's going that way.
Well, maybe can check how big is that hole?
It's big enough for a Shiotath. Doesn't even look like she had to squeeze. And Shiotath was, as stated before, around as big as Natus. Actually, slightly bigger because she was like kind of coiling her tail underneath her whenever she was standing on it.
Right. Okay. Maybe we can see how long this tunnel goes for before it opens up. Let's have someone check. Somebody's willing.
Who can hold their breath the longest?
I don't even
How
need to
do we
breathe.
figure that?
All right.
Then, yeah, we'll send the robot. I was going to say send the animal, but yeah, the robot.
I thought he's
We should
broken,
probably
though.
tie a rope to him.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. I hope you
Isn't
guys
the
don't
robot broken?
you know, give you guys some words back like, okay, it's safe. Come on, guys. Hope not expecting that.
I mean, hoping a thumbs up just to see if it's not very far.
Okay, well, if you instruct him to do a physical gesture, he won't spout babble.
There you go. Sigismund, would you mind checking this and just letting us know if it's an okay distance or not?
he's basically all ragdolly because he's in a low power state, but you know, he'll come out of it and then do the thing. God damn it, interrupting my short rest that I've only had like 3 minutes into. Or a long rest rather. Okay. So yeah, we were ready to tie a rope.
I
All
will
right.
go ahead and do that if nobody else has.
All right, you tie your rope. How much rope do you have?
I believe it is 40 feet.
All right. Just checking.
40 little tootsies.
Okay.
Well, excuse me. I was sorting out Dominicus's stuff, and I've put 50 feet of hempen rope in Nadis's saddlebags. So you can use it well.
If Natus has 50 feet of rope, then I would too, because it's from the Dungeoneering pack.
We can use them together.
All right.
Yes, we could tie them together.
All righty.
Okay, so
I'm gonna go ahead and
What
just
do?
round that up to 100 instead of like taking the bit that you tied to him and subtracting it and everything.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Tie
I
it
was
to me.
gonna say.
Is that the plan?
We're tying it to Tuss Lowry.
it doesn't breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And then the anchor.
yeah, I was about to say, if he goes down and he finds the other end of the cave, comes back, reports to us, then he can go down and secure the other end of the rope. Actually, better than him reporting back would be for him to secure the other end of the rope and then just give it a tug so we know that, you know.
Hop ahead.
Better than him
Or
talking.
2 tugs, and then I could pull him out.
Yeah, he'd give 2 tugs if he reaches the bottom and there's no other end. Or if there is another end where it lets out, he gives 1 tug, and then we can go down following the rope.
Hey, if Wheat's okay with this.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Why wouldn't I be?
And now,
Okay, so
I'll
yeah,
cast
they
light on your hammer.
okay, I will yes. So yeah. What happens then as I tippy touch my metal foot into the water, make sure it's not vitrolic sphere water. Is my foot okay?
Yeah, foot's just fine. It's just normal water. Natus was drinking it and splashing in it.
Okay.
Can I
So,
be
yeah,
considered
go.
bathed, please? All the
Yes, you
blood.
can be considered bathed. All the
Have a
blood is off
clean
of you, and you are now white again.
It's to be clean.
Alright, so what happens when I first go in?
Nothing much. The water washes over you as you let yourself sink, and the dark underwater tunnel is lit by Vitari's magic. At the moment, you just see a number of goblinoid statues littering the underwater pathway. Parts seemingly gnawed away from the corpses. You don't know how long it'll take to get through the tunnel. But you do know, I'm going to go ahead and say that you do know, even though you might not because of your temporal confusion. You do know that because of the map, there's an open space with breathable air somewhere in there.
Okay, so I'm looking
And-
around to see if there's anything that
So the tunnel will end, and then it will continue with breathable air.
alright, so I'm looking around to see if there's that exit to the water.
You don't see it, but as you walk along, you know, just kind of going between the statues, making sure the rope doesn't get caught on any of them. Cornelius, you're feeding it, right?
Yes, I'm feeding it hand over hand.
Okay, you're feeding it hand over hand. And then you get to the end of the 100-foot rope. But Sigismund, you are not done going forward.
Can I see a possible exit?
I think it would be a little out of sight even with the light. It seems to keep going for a little while.
I mean, 100 feet is still a very long distance to swim while holding your breath.
Damn, who knew that one mage that pissed chaos off in the last campaign would have been real handy right now? Who knew? So, continuously walking, I feel that there's a tug on my rope, which means that, that's the end of the rope. So after looking around, I then do I believe it was double tug for pull me.
Yes, it was double tug for return.
Okay. Double tug.
Oh man, I just had a thought of making you guys do contested athletic rolls.
Huh.
And if Sigismund wins, it would pull it from your grasp. But nah.
So yeah, I'm gonna begin winding the rope in to pull him back.
Alright, you pull the little robot back through the water, and he just kind of goes, wee.
This should be useful for fishing.
And whenever you fish him back up, he breaches the water and says,
Tales of an era long past speak of creature with serpentine locks of hair. Her caverns were deep, long, more than 100 feet. Discontentment flooded the room.
So yeah, looks like we're going overland.
Yeah, that.
I tried not to yell at and not hurt myself.
it didn't seem like there was any danger down there, by the way. Other than,
Well.
Suffocation and
Yeah.
drowning.
Isn't that personally your worst nightmare, like underwater stuff? I'm terrified of it. Like,
Me?
if you want us to go that way.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably better for us to stick to being on land. I'm not a very big swimmer, so I don't know if I'd, fast enough.
I should also tell you, I don't know if you guys know how holding your breath works. We didn't have to do it all that much.
Yeah.
But the way that it works is you can hold your breath a number of minutes of 1 plus your Constitution modifier. As a minimum of 30 seconds.
Minicus is 4 minutes.
I'm 2.
Only 4 minutes?
So it's Constitution modifier plus 1, you said?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought your con was higher than that.
Minicus, not Nadus.
Oh, Dominicus, right.
You guys are different.
Yeah, for me that'd be 2.
What about Prisma?
What about me?
How long can you hold your
long?
breath?
I don't know.
Con mod +1, baby.
Oh, how about we tie the rope to Nadus and I just like charge through it?
Well, my con is 1, so 1 minute plus 1, so 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Gotcha.
2 minutes.
You need the math equation for 1 + 1.
Yeah, I know math.
How about I order Natus to do that?
You know, so that wouldn't. If no one's got a swim speed, then I'm sure me running even underwater might be fast. 90 movement.
I mean,
Yeah, that would probably do it.
yeah, that could do if everyone wants to give that a shot.
Like, we wouldn't even have to
Alright.
tie it to you all. You just hold on. You know.
Yeah.
See, just powers down again to low power state, trying to get that 6 hours in. It probably ain't gonna happen, but you know.
But before you do that, like, can I playfully like throw you in the air but onto my back?
Yeah. It's not like going into low power state kind of means that he's not even gonna resist.
Yeah, but I want to dent you a little bit.
That
Like-
depends where the dent is.
Like I'm actually playing with you like a ragdoll toy, but I'm a fucking rhino.
And if it depends where the dent is, and also if we's not gonna hold that against me. You know,
He
be
said
like,
it
oh,
co-
well, you have this dent, so your AC has been lowered.
But I did
No.
ask him, and he said it was going to be damage. But I don't really want to gore you, so I've not really got another attack. But
Does gore even apply to non-organic life form? I think gore's a biological thing, isn't it?
still piercing. Still going to pierce you.
Yeah, it's still. It's just what the rhino's horn attack is called.
Ah. I
Yes,
was just
I-
addressing the logistics of it.
I
No.
want to like throw him on my back really rough, like, so he can take a bit of damage, a bit of transformation.
So I guess how would you measure that weight?
I would say that you only take 1 damage every time you play with him.
Perfect.
No, never mind that.
Because I don't think he's playing with you like a ragdoll, but I don't think he's trying to actually hurt you. He's just, you know, a big
Hell, to be honest.
natus, you know?
I'm happy for you to roll as well because I could go too far, especially in the beginning.
Also, Natus, how
He's
old are you?
a
I
one.
forgot.
Let me see if I've written it down so I don't contradict.
I'm also not even
Like
sure if
10?
that's a damaging thing, because
31.
31.
That's what it says, but I want to be young, so can I change that a little bit?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say 8.
8? All right.
How old is Dominicus?
I have no clue.
I'm asking distraction.
It's blank.
We didn't do anything. Wow. Maybe we can do that later.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah, I was just
And
wondering
also-
why you were so playful, you know?
Me?
More importantly, the question is, would Dominicus's age be measured in human years or cat years?
I think it's
I don't
measured in
know.
human years based on the Leonin thing.
I'm
Yeah, they only lived to like
playful
100, right?
as in the sense of dominating him. Like I'm just at every opportunity now, I'm just going to like...
I mean, was splashing a domination thing?
No.
Yeah.
But why am I so playful? I don't know. I'm happy.
Happy, and you're 8. You're young.
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm also like unsure on the whole like logistics of taking damage. Like, how high is he tossing me? Because as a
Do you want
as a
to take
rivet-
more damage?
No, this is a matter of taking at all. Because, like, unless I'm dented by it, I don't even think that does damage. Does that dent? If you were to, like, if he were to toss me, like, higher than a normal medium creature's height, then I think that could dent. But if it's, like,
Well,
the path, like a horizontal-ish path and arc over his body to land on his body, it's like...
yeah, but
that
it's
doesn't
not
hurt
an intent to hurt you. Like, it's just like a little cost factor for me. Like, because I'm a rhino and I could just imagine what they would do to play with something. And it's like a character development thing, like a bond I want to create with you.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just thinking about real-world logistics on it. Wheat doesn't even have to apply real-world logistics. I'm just thinking about
All right.
if it were realistically speaking.
Dimitri's gonna order Phineas to go in there.
I think about things. How long have you guys known me? I think about things.
Well, for the record, I'm going to try and bond with everybody. But everyone can't take what I'm going to dish out to you. Well, nobody could.
You're
I
metal
told
though.
off. You're just a toy. You've said it yourself. You've described yourself at least 3 times as a ragdoll.
I have not disagreed with anything based on ragdoll logic.
Okay, it sounds like you're against it, but I want it to be a positive thing between us.
No, it's not about what you're trying to do. It's just about how WheatTon judges it. If he's using real-world logistics, and then if it were real-world logistics, then let it apply. Do we have an example? How does physics work here?
Phineas
This
is gonna
is
jump in at
basically
Dimitri's
ceaseless
order. Splash! You guys are still playing.
Yay.
Okay. Then I guess we do the plan. Tie a rope on Natus and everyone hold on and he charge forward.
You don't want to
Yeah,
wait
but-
for Phineas to
Well,
get back then?
oh,
You
he's
should
going
make his
full? Oh,
arm
I
blow.
did. I just, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I
Then
was
I'll
trying to
wait.
bring us back.
Okay, if that was, yeah, then I'll wait and watch. I'm willing to break the light on the hammer, cast light on him as it goes, like on an object he has or whatever.
I mean, he will accept that if you wish to do that
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, well, here you go. So
Horn glow?
don't get lost.
All right, so you see as the light fades away as Phineas swims through the hole. A couple minutes goes by, and you see him come back. Dimitri says, "Report, please." Phineas, pulling himself out of the water, says,
I help him up. Just like-
he
just-
grabs your hand and thanks you. He says, "Should be about 5 minutes if we're going at a casual pace. If we step it up, we can have that."
So are you rounding up or rounding down, Wheat? Or are you going for a real 230?
Real 230.
Okay.
Well, can possibly hold my breath for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I can hold my breath for 2 minutes.
I had to kind of step it up. I was running out of breath a little bit there. But that's how I know.
All right. Still want to try with natives because he could probably get us there pretty good.
Alright, Navis. It's time to be a tremendous sperm whale.
Well, I don't even like move my head or anything to listen to you.
Listen to who?
Anybody.
Yeah, like Dominicus is still scared of the water, but he is going to impose the plan, Tanner.
He's gonna juxtaposition.
So yeah, just like I'll just do it. They've tied me up. I kind of get the gist of what's going on.
Alrighty.
All right. Everybody takes a good big breath.
Can someone strap me to that rope?
And I don't know if you're doing it in like a line or if everybody's like bunched up at the end, kind of like a badminton birdie.
Probably in the line.
Still a funny visual that I wanted to impart to you guys.
Probably putting Prisma in somebody's pocket. Letting her hold on in there.
Hey, I like the name of that, badminton birdie. We call them shuttlecocks, and I've always hated saying that.
I mean, that's what they're actually called, but I also don't want to say that.
But birdies are cool. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, Okrith does not want to risk touching any of you. So, he would... That's why I was asking. Like, he would probably attempt to swim on his own so that he doesn't touch any of you.
So that he hasn't mowed us all.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's been doing his... Like, usually if anybody's, like, talking in a group, he's at least a couple of feet to the side away from you guys. Like, always keeping his distance.
Well, I would say we'd all be in a line, and the people with the shortest breath would be closer to me.
Was
All right.
0 short or too long?
I would say that yours would be infinite, so long.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess Varsum would have to go first, because he can only hold his breath for 1 minute.
Yeah, I think put him and his dad like right on up there.
Yeah, it can't be my idea, but Varsum could ride on my, like, face.
I mean, Tolston can actually hold his breath for 3 minutes.
But if he's on your face, he's gonna block the light.
Well, you have Varsum up front, and I could cast light on something so he could hold it for.
Phineas can hold his breath for 4. Okrith can hold his breath for 5, actually. So he doesn't even need to try to step it up. He can make it at a casual pace.
So then that means that the issue that we have is that Prisma is 2.
Yeah, she's pretty small, though. She got tiny lungs, you know? Dimitri can only hold his breath for 2.
Well, if you put Prisma inside Navis's mouth, there's a tiny little air pocket there, giving her a little bonus.
That is true.
But would
You know,
Natus
as long as he
know not
doesn't
to
swallow-
swallow her?
That is also a good point.
Well, I'm definitely not doing that without the nets. Say so.
Anybody got a bucket?
Are you going to swallow me?
No, I'm not even putting you in my mouth unless you ask nicely.
Yeah, nicely, Whitney. Manners.
I'm just checking you here. I miss her Prisma's voice. Has she not got any ideas?
Nope, I'm just kind of stumped here.
I mean, when you say flask of oil, what kind of flask are we talking? Are we talking like an Erlenmeyer flask, or?
I don't actually know. I was just, you know, the normal oil. Clay flask that holds 1 pint, as this says.
Because I was thinking if I emptied out one of those, since Prisma's a fairy, she can pass through pretty small openings, and would she be able to squeeze herself into the jug?
Oh, man.
Is that not her fear?
That is her fear.
Oh, she'll be
God.
fine. She'll be fine, right?
We're
Not the
facing
jar!
Must.
we're facing everybody's fears today.
Not the jar!
Needs must, Whitney.
I mean, she can probably make it on her own without needing to be jarred. I mean, 90 foot of movement in what would amounts to 6 seconds, so...
Prisma eyes you with that jar and she says, if you come near me with that thing, you and I are gonna have problems.
Conquer your fear.
Man, this wasn't a problem at all in the first campaign.
Yeah, I know. It's like you had a water person who could easily go and help in every situation like this.
Conquering your fear.
I mean, yeah. Anybody got a bucket though? We did the math already.
Yeah, it works that way.
Yeah, someone get a bucket.
I don't got buckets.
I mean, if somebody has a helmet, that would probably also work.
I don't think anyone has helmets.
One of these statues, are these real people statues right in front of us? Can we not, like, even if it's stone, take their helmet?
Yeah, you can do that. Tolston is actually wearing a helmet though, so he would be able to give you a helmet if you
Awesome.
wanted it.
So I can nick Tolston's helmet and just hold it upside down so it traps an air pocket for Prisma.
There you go.
Yeah, that works.
I'll just be closer up front of the rope and hope for the best.
Alrighty. So you guys are ready to do this, knowing which order everybody's going in?
Yep.
So
I want to stress that I know what's at weight here. Like, everyone holding onto the rope that I'm pulling, I'm going to do a really good job. I'm going to, like, aim for treats here.
Aim for treats. All right, so everyone holds on to the length of rope. Okrith is going to just swim at his own pace, so that he doesn't have to have even the chance of accidentally touching one of you guys. Probably just knock the wind right out of you down there if he did on accident. So he's going to give you guys a wide berth while they're down there. And Natus, you begin pulling this conga line rope of people through the tunnel.
Guess he's being
Varsum
tremendous.
closest, and probably cat claws digging into your back. Not in a painful way, but you can feel the tension.
Here we go through the cavern.
You are going through the cavern. You are. I'm saying that you're on his back, while everyone else is holding onto a rope or tied to it. Either one, as Natus is pushing and charging through as fast as possible. And it will still take you 5 minutes, but if you want to do an athletics check, you can have that.
Be tremendous.
Yeah,
Oh,
can I
God
use
damn.
the communal pool thing, guys?
No.
we still got another?
I have no complaints.
We never used the other one. We've only
Okay,
got
then.
one.
All right, then. Yeah, I'm all right.
All right,
Just
that
so I
makes that a
can-
20 then.
Cool.
And you
Shadow said no. It's like, what?
and you push through, and it's only going to take 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get through there. That is still longer than Varsum can hold his breath, and 30 seconds longer than Dimitri can hold his.
And me.
And mine.
Well, you're in
You're
the you're in the
okay.
the helmet air pocket.
I can breathe.
Don't rub it in now. Rude. I mean, I say asshole things all the time, but that's rude. I say.
Phineas will look at his I don't necessarily want to say master because he's like a hired retainer. He's not like a slave kind of retainer, but his employer, I guess.
Hey, it's better than being a tooth retainer.
And
I mean,
yeah.
oh, I was gonna say Master still works. He's like a butler, so.
Yeah, I guess. I just kind of...
Employer?
The connotation didn't seem to fit in my mind for a second. I'll go ahead and say master. I mean, he does call him Master Dimitri, so I guess...
I have stance of the stream martial stance that allows for smooth flowing movement. Can we move further?
You know what? That's a good point. Flowing movement akin to water, and you're going through water right now. So yeah, I would say yes.
I don't want to contradict yourself.
Dimitri, you'll be able to get to the end with Dimitri just barely making it with a, kind of thing after that.
Okay, yeah, and then as soon as I hit land or whatever it is, I charge full blast. Which is the same.
Well, sadly, Varsum will still need some CPR once he gets there, even if he is at the head of the line.
I'll soon start that.
Alright, who wants to frisk a child?
Alright, medical, please.
Medical. That's it. It's gotta be on that side, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Well, come on then, Joey. Where's the lawyer in you? Get a reason to get that advantage.
Alright, I'll wait.
Varsum is secretly the main character again.
How about I just give him a healing word?
Alright, that'll work.
Good job. Good.
You whisper a word of power.
You're the bravest boy, Varsum.
And it pushes the water from his lungs, and he begins to cough it up.
Water, get the fuck out of there. Okay, Maester. Healing word. The practical version.
Tolston looks at you and pretty much everybody, just with so much thanks in his eyes for saving his boy. And without any words, he just can't seem to muster them. He's feeling like, probably like a failure of a father today.
I mean...
And he just hugs Varsum's head to his chest. Dimitri behind surfaces with that... Well, that's unbecoming. And just pulls himself up with Natus charging forward to bring everyone out.
So you look like you could use some toughening up.
Christmas just giggles at him and she's like, the country's all wet!
Your bird's joining in the giggling.
Man, I wish Navis had swallowed.
I like the sound of the birds. I really like that.
But yeah, Dominicus is less than regal at the moment, as he looks like a mussed and fussed cat just clinging to his rhino's saddle, wide-eyed
So,
and
So
just
you're-
breathing
you're
heavily.
you all right there, Dominicus? Just need a minute, or
And for the record, I can remember a timeline where Navis put her in his mouth and swallowed.
His tail
Kinda
is like fluffed up even through the water.
I kind of sit down and let everyone on my back slide off nicely.
I need a
and then
moment to compose myself.
I sit right in front of Nadus, looking him right in the eye with massive eyes.
You
Just
sit in
sitting-
front of Navis?
Dominicus.
Dominicus, sorry.
Oh,
See, it's not just me.
No, yeah. It's
Now
because
they
I've just
both
typed
done
it
it.
out. I've just typed it out. Forgive me. That's why.
But all right, you sit down in front of him, looking at him with those big ol' eyes.
I caress his big old snoot.
And I don't let you.
Navis, you were tremendous, but I'm out of apples.
He's not
Fuck
out
you,
of apples.
then.
I can smell them.
What?
You're not out of apples. I can smell them.
No. I'll give you an
Yeah,
apple.
that's shorthand for I can see your character sheet. You can't dodge this one.
Thank
I
you.
know them apples.
You have 7 left.
His sense of smell is so strong, he can count the smell sources.
Dude, this rhino's bullying me for my apples.
He did a good job.
Yeah, like that's every time I try and do something, I'm doing it for them apples. So you better get more.
Give it them apples.
You better use
Dominic.
it.
Dim
Nerd.
apples.
Yeah, it's like
Dominic is like,
currency
shit,
for
I'm
me.
running out of favor.
How you like them apples?
You get my share of the gold, so it's a small price to pay.
Not cool. don't
I
like
mean,
that.
he is asking for a very simple thing.
Well, it's pretty difficult to get down here, believe it or not.
I'll have you know, Natus uses his gold to buy apples. You guys all have it wrong.
No,
He is proficient in commerce.
if I could spend my gold, we're going to be getting some like war carriages or some like leather seats for my back, and I've thought about it.
You know, I
all.
think it's funny that Natus is actually just the gossamer of this one.
Yeah.
That's
Except
such a
can't talk.
compliment. That's such a compliment, man. I love Gossamer right from episode 1.
Every party needs a pet.
Everyone needs a gossamer.
And he's also the barbarian, though.
Yeah, I think about that when I'm attacking because like Gossamer had a battle axe or something, didn't
Yeah,
Yeah.
he held it in his mouth.
he? Yeah.
But yeah, you are now in a leveled platform outside of the water, and you can see the tunnel that splits off. So you can either head towards the goblin camp, which I think you already said you were going to, from here, or head to Langrisser.
Wait, I just thought about it. If I ever turn into a precision cleric, then that means if I'm riding on natives, barbarians get extra damage dice when they crit.
Yeah.
That's gonna be nice.
But,
Well,
yeah.
Metagamey, I can bond with other riders. So it's like you've got to like convince your argument to Dominicus, I suppose. Like
It's
that
not
dude
like I tried.
Yeah, exactly. But that's
I haven't-
the only time that I would probably not just be Dominicus's mount and be the team's.
I haven't
With
actually
I did it,
developed an
don't be
idea for his
crazy,
personality.
no.
He doesn't have temporal problems.
Just
But, like-
imagine you're gonna be this tiny little pixie's mount. She rides in on battle like, yeah!
Exactly. Do you not remember that when I was making this character, I was deliberating whether to pick you or Tanner?
I do remember that.
So yeah, it's possible. It only takes an hour.
God, that just sounds so cute in my head now.
But you can only have
Right.
one at a time.
Yes, one at a time. And I've thought about it as well. It's like with Dominicus, I want to be this like fierce rhino that like just sounds like so intimidating and everything. Is like got thunder in his background. But if I was Prisma's mount, it's like visually I would change into Rambi.
Like maybe it changes your personality and a little and your appearance slightly, who you're bonded with.
Yeah, so I would become a lot more like rounder and not as sharp if I was Prisma's.
Now I'm just imagining a rhino with pixie wings that it can't really use because it weighs way too much.
That is cute as well, yeah. Yeah, like maybe I had a different, just flavor, appearance and posture and behavior pattern, depending on my rider.
And now I'm imagining how many decibels would it be if the rhino's wings were strong enough to lift it. It would be able to literally create sonic booms that destroy people.
Cool.
But anyway, which direction are you going?
To save the people.
We're going to save the people.
We're off to save the people.
Save the people!
The wonderful
But what-
people of Oz.
What if they're side quests?
With haste, I would say.
As we're strolling along,
All
we
right.
see an alternate path with a sign saying "Side quest this way." Oh well, fuck the village.
Well, as you head towards the goblin encampment,
Not the goblin.
you move a little ways, and it becomes a little bit of a hill, actually.
How much time does it take to get there?
I would say it takes about like 20 minutes
Fuck.
of just like walking through this tunnel. It's kind of like, snaking around. But you reach this hill going upwards, and you see another pool of water. This one wide open, but a wall about 20 feet away.
I'll do a survival check on the water.
All right. Water's
Oh,
pretty
that's nice.
clean. About as clean as the other one.
How does
I'll
Nevis
lick
do
it.
a survival
I'll drink it.
Yeah, that's how he's doing it. He's drinking it.
Yeah, sorry, Shadow.
How does he do it? Does he like, all right, survival check, then just splashes into the water? Feels pretty good. But he doesn't say that because he can't.
And got that animal senses.
Yeah, and me drinking it would show you it was safe.
Yeah,
Is
it,
he
does,
carn- No, he's not.
it just seems to be a serene pool of water.
Look into the water.
Look into my
You look into it, It's just a pool. It might even seem to be carved. And you can also see that there's a steady trickle going into it around the walls that seem to be heading from the top and coming down.
Okay.
And I mean so steady that you don't see any stopping in between it.
It's so steady because it goes so steady because it goes so steady.
Alright.
Steady, don't stop.
Can I look for signs of creatures around?
You can do a perception if you wish.
Yeah.
You don't really see anything of a creature nature.
You know,
Plus
someone
five to my
who's
perception in here, and I still get shitty rolls.
And Dominicus.
Yeah, I think
Hey,
you're just
hey.
never going to be perceptive.
I'll never.
I have a great idea. Someone needs to do like the monkey from Lion King and just lift Sieg up into the air as that, and that would be considered the help action, so that I can give advantage with the perception check. You know, and then we can have the Lion King theme in the background.
Question. Prisma. Miss Ranger.
Yes.
What does your stuff say again?
For what?
I guess favorite enemy?
For humanoids?
Yeah,
Or in general?
just in general. Have advantage Okay. I will get if you decide you wish to do a perception or something, I will give you a little bit of advantage.
So no one's gonna do the Lion King with me. Now I'm sad.
All right, you can, based on your favorite enemy being humanoids, goblins count as humanoids.
You know, I was gonna ask.
Actually,
that, and I'm glad
alternatively,
you
you can select 2 races of humanoids, such as gnolls and orcs, as favorite enemies. You just said humanoids, so I'm gonna make you choose that, and I'm gonna make you choose those 2 humanoids right now. And if you don't say goblins, then you don't get the advantage.
Shadow, you're technically on my back, so just standing up all majestic like would work.
Here.
Yeah.
but I wanted to do the Lion King.
I don't know if
I
all
was
of us
actually
are
thinking
strong
I was
enough.
down for lifting him, but
Yeah. Like, why are you guys such spoils?
I don't know if we're strong enough. How much do you weigh?
I weigh like 20 pounds. I'm a doll.
Look, there's a lot of humanoids.
Okay.
Wait, no, not. I can't exactly say 20 pounds.
There are a good
but I
amount of
know
humanoids.
I weigh more than Prisma, but less than literally everyone else. By a lot. That's all I can really say.
Let's just go with humans and goblins.
All right. Kind of
That's
assumed you would choose goblins in this moment, but
I'm just assuming that's the majority of what's down here is humans and goblins. No offense to other races.
Wow. Dwarves, man. Dwarger, they hate you right now.
yeah, they're Underdark dwarves and gnomes and everything.
Are the goblins like feral beasts that need to be slayed, or is it possible that we could communicate with them?
Oh yeah, you can communicate with them.
Like find out why they've taken the princess, get into the kind of diplomatic game with them to see if we can. I don't know. I mean, killing thousands sounds fun.
See, he knows how to speak the language of love.
Well, you can attempt if anybody knows Goblin. But, all right, so, type those out, write those down somewhere.
I got
Because
it.
I just thought it was, like, humanoids in general. I was like, that seems a little broad.
It's vague.
But, yeah, you can see that this area was, in fact, carved out. And up at the top, right above the pool of water,
Shit, I'm curious.
is a hatch
Oh, I wouldn't even even take advantage.
made from bone and string. Sigismund, you also see that.
Oh, I wonder what that does.
Kind of just lifts finger up to direct everyone's attention. Wait, no, does not do that. I'm trying to shave out some 6 hours here. It's probably not going to happen, so I'm going to hold back until someone asks me to do something.
You said it's like a lever with a string?
No, it's a hatch.
A hatch with? Oh, a hatch with a string. Prisma pulled from the string.
Yeah, impassable terrain
No,
for a
it's
rhino.
it's made out of bone and tied together with string, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
The last time I took an action that could break a long rest there, it was for the swimming thing. Here's rolling of dice. Hopefully you're going to do stuff for 6 hours.
And you can actually hear some grimy little voices coming from the other side of it.
Prisma hears people on the other side.
With a lot of and all that bull crap.
They sound nasty.
I think they've got COVID. I think they've got a record player they're torturing.
So your favorite enemy, Lynette, also lets you to speak their language?
If they speak one at all. So I guess I can understand Goblin.
That is true, actually, yeah. When you have a favorite enemy, you know their language.
Just one of them. I mean, you already know Common, which is humans'
Yeah.
natural language, so
I
I guess
now
you
know
would have
Goblin.
chosen Goblin. It does feel a little metagamey, but I'm gonna go with it.
Sorry, yeah, like I'm trying to.
The semantics there is that it's one spoken by your favorite enemy. So if there is two, that is.
No, I mean that she chose Goblin just now. But yeah, I wasn't paying attention, so that's on me.
Like,
There's a lot of weird stuff in there. What's smoosh smoosh?
Snooky was smoosh smoosh.
Oh God,
What is that?
this is a sex camp.
But Prisma, you hear more water for the soup. Or the stew, sorry.
All right, Navis, it's time to be tremendous. Go pee in the water.
And you can also hear another one responding to that. Why do I have to get the water? And the other one responds, you lost it, Rochambeau, do it. Rochambeau must be some kind of strange goblin game. But you hear a few curses. A few draknas, or whatever. And
One of those guys.
the hatch swings open. and slams. And you can see as light begins to fall from the hole. And a bucket with a rope begins lowering down.
Well, I would like go and investigate and sniff it and pee on it.
Well, it's lowering into the water, which is, as I said, 20 foot across in a carved out sphere.
Can someone spit in it?
I mean, Prisma has the Medusa poison.
That's what I'm gonna do. Prisma wants to fly up and, while trying to avoid being directly under the light so they can't really see me, waits until they fill the bucket with the water, and as they're bringing it back up, I'll take one of the vials of Medusa venom, and I will pour one little drop inside.
Just one? That's just an upset stomach.
I mean, even if they're just a little sick, it should give us the advantage in a fight.
It does 46 damage with no save, so imagine what it'll do if you eat it. It might at least make them sick. It'll disadvantage. It's something.
Very stingy there.
Good idea.
You like I ruined the great idea here by being stingy. Besides, I said 46% for the vial, not for a drop of the vial.
Prisma hoards her venom for as long as she can.
Well, you can also hear the goblin singing a little song.
The night has come.
Prisma saying, "Gobby's in the kitchen cooking human. Gobby's in the kitchen, I know. Gobby's in the kitchen cooking human. Gonna eat 'em all up, too."
Well, if you think about it real hard, Prisma also eats humans. It's her favorite enemy, you know?
She mostly
don't
just
always have
favors
candy.
them because she's afraid that they're going to trap her in jars.
That doesn't make sense to me. Does that make sense to anyone else?
Yes.
You,
Yeah.
I
Totally.
favor you because you're gonna put me in jail. What? No, I dislike you because you're gonna put me in jail. It's a joke. She used favor as in the mechanic, and I'm using favor as in what it actually means.
Yeah.
God, you guys are so dry.
It's fine. So,
So they're human.
I'm gonna need a stealth check, by the way, for you to do that.
Alright.
I mean, in the last campaign, I chose favorite enemies dragons, and like, I
Wow.
never met them unless it was in a dream. Oh,
How do you make this noisy? Alright, drop.
Too excited.
Land right in the bucket as it echoes into the bucket and back up.
Well, so much for, a +6 to stealth.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
But
the
can we think of a reason why she has advantage?
I don't know. Can you?
Can we? Maybe we can try. I mean, why
You
would
at
she have?
least convey what you, yeah, like tell us that they're cooking humans. Well, would you care? I don't know.
Well,
Maybe he's distracted by
Thi-
this song.
okay. Well, it is dark down there, so he would technically have disadvantage. Goblins have dark vision, but it still only makes it look like, dim light, which is still disadvantage instead of just pure blindness. So he would have disadvantage on this, which actually is a -5 to his passive of 9, so he would be at 4. So you succeed, actually.
Oh wow!
Whitney, high five.
High five!
Yeah, clap.
Yay.
Yeah,
Holy shit, we actually do it at the same time.
I do not know how whatever. All right, you succeed on getting in there without being seen and pouring your Medusa snake head venoms
Wait,
into yes.
it's 10:30 at my time, which is like Whitney's start time. Do you work today?
You can have 10 more minutes and then I have to go, so yes. As long as we're good.
Well, anyway, you dose the water that they're using for their human stew with your Medusa snake venom.
Yeah.
And he pulls it back up,
None the wiser.
still singing his song about human stew.
Yeah, and we're gonna save the humans. Oh, you just like, ha ha ha, gonna cook humans.
Yeah, they'll be poisoned once those humans are dead and they're eaten.
Yeah, after they've eaten all the prisoners we're here to save, they'll be poisoned.
Jokes on him. The humans didn't shower, and that's where the poison comes from. Wink, wink.
I really feel like I'm cheating when I'm saying that because I wouldn't care. I can't see why my rhino would even know what's going on.
Yeah, your rhino is oblivious.
Yeah, but
If we're being perfectly honest about this, I think that the rhino and Sieg are actually both true neutral. We only follow what we do, our inclinations. Yeah.
I mean, the chef's got to taste the broth before he starts adding other ingredients.
Wow.
That's true.
So, for once, we actually have characters that can be neutral without it being like a cop-out kind of thing. Huh. Okay.
you think I'm copping out?
No, I don't. I'm just saying that there are times when, like, people who say, "Oh, I'm neutral," they use it as a cop-out so they don't have to actually make any important decisions in game. Like, it's up to you guys. I'm neutral. I don't care either way.
It's not that we don't care. We've just got a different perspective.
The rhino is an animal, a pet basically, and the river is just a river, and you have to tell rivers to do stuff.
Exactly. So you guys like have reasons to actually be neutral without it being like, oh, okay, you're just choosing not to, help, I guess.
Man, I can't wait until you guys get used to these characters.
I'll
And
have
then
you
the
know
game
I
goes a
still
little
miss
bit
Medusa.
faster. And a little bit more, like, input from you guys because...
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was when I could be like, I'll swim us across the way. I can breathe underwater.
I'm just saying, today I seem to be, like, struggling to get you guys to say anything to me sometimes.
I'll be honest. I napped out for like 20 minutes
Mm.
at one point.
I'm glad that you're having so much fun today.
Hey, I'm having fun.
I'm having fun.
It wasn't so much I wasn't having fun, so much as I was just sleepy.
Anyway.
So basically what we're all
That's
saying
the only
was
hatch.
just
Can we see something that could lead us to how to get up there without just through that hatch?
It doesn't seem like there is a way up there. It seems like they probably had a way and removed it once they were done digging their well.
Have they already shut the hatch?
No, they're getting a couple of more buckets of water.
Well, Prisma looks down at the others and says, maybe I can find a way up there from the outside. Should I go?
I mean,
I
can
mean,
she lift the rope?
Probably
I might risk them
the
seeing me,
easiest for
but
you.
If she could
Well.
lift rope, she can lift it up to the hatch.
Well, I mean, if she could find a good path, because I don't know if we're gonna How high up is it?
You were you saying wait?
Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
we took a long rest, so I
We
use
did not
invisibility.
take a long rest.
We did not?
We took a
That-
short rest.
But we took a long rest since the first time I used my invisibility.
Oh, you
You
mean
might
before
do
the
before
Medusa
that,
fight?
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry about that.
I was about to say, what? You
Yeah.
telling me we retcon that?
We were talking just before that we did.
No, I didn't know you meant the other one.
No, I used invisibility in the first session, so we've
Yeah.
had a long rest since then. Okay.
I'm caught up now.
Yeah, and now I can use this. So yeah, I cast this, and so I'll fly up through the hatch then before they close it.
All right.
And I said, I'll find a way for you guys
Okay.
without alerting them.
Another character with my inclinations would totally just be like, we are so fucking boned in this toilet.
All right, but you turn yourself invisible and fly up. And you can see that this well that they are using is housed in a separately adorned and carved out cave. And it's
How do we know
just
this
the
isn't their
hatch.
toilet, actually?
I'm sorry?
How do we know that this isn't their toilet, actually?
Uh,
They're goblins.
it's
It's not like
clean
they care
water.
about the cleanliness of their clean water.
Also,
We
I
must have
told you that it was
pristine
clean.
Yeah, Natus was drinking out of
I
it.
told you.
He's
Yeah,
an
I told you.
animal!
I'm trying really
He
hard for
can
you
drink
guys to
from toilet water normally.
understand my language.
I'm pretty sure, as of right now, he wouldn't keep drinking
I mean,
shit water.
even if he hadn't told us it was clean water, I would have given you the fair point. Okay, yeah, dogs drink out of dirty water, but still. He did say it was.
They don't drink the dirty water.
Yeah,
They
man.
drink out of the dirty
I feel-
toilet, and then in my
Well-
case, that's always dirty.
They drink out of the toilet when there's no poop in there.
I mean, you know, in the wild,
I've never had a dog that
A
drank out of the
rhino would
toilet,
drink
so
from
I
a
don't really
river.
understand this.
I don't have a dog or ever have that drinks out the toilet either.
I mean, I'm just,
He will if the water bowl's empty.
Well, why do you not
Dog
fill
drink
his
out of
water
our
bowl?
tub.
It's not me. It's just, sometimes it just gets empty, and like I don't know.
and
I
how do
feel
you
what I
think
know.
that breath gets its smell?
All right, moving on.
Anyway, you
Odin
see
can't reach the toilet, but you know.
you see that the well is separated in its own cave with its own like drapery and everything in the goblin tribal ways,
Goblin tribal.
tribal goblin designs, as well as wooden posts that hold open the cave. Or they might even just be for decoration. Who really knows?
Prisma will follow the one with the bucket.
As
She
you,
has to make sure that poison gets used.
yeah, as you follow the one with the bucket, you see the large metal cauldron in front of a, well, not in front, on top of a large fire. And that cauldron could fit around 4 to 6 humans, depending on their size. And not even just humans, other races as well. So, and the army that you guys were in of civilians wasn't just humans. There were all kinds of different people.
Prisoners.
You don't see any prisoners directly right next to it. But you do see a few caves off to the side that seem to be linked together that are also have drapes in front of the doors. You could assume that there might be some goblins or some prisoners in those. but you don't really know offhand.
How many goblins are walking around?
Well, there's the chef. There's probably around 4 shaman, just kind of chilling and meditating, passing peace pipe.
Passing peace pipe.
And there are a few warriors helping out with the preparations. You know, using their blades to peel potatoes or whatever they have. Throwing a couple of rocks into it.
So let's see here. So you say that there are how many doors?
In your immediate vicinity, I'd say there are about 3 doors.
And you say one most likely leads to the prisoners.
No, I said they seem to be linked together
Oh.
in the caves. And you could assume that there are either goblins or prisoners in there to keep them close to the cauldron.
Dainichi,
Yes?
turn around.
It's alright, she's got it.
There must be, well, Prism will be like, there must be a way to open up the pathway for those guys somewhere. So I'll just have to keep looking. Should I use investigation or should I just explore around with perception? Which one?
What exactly are you trying to do? Just look for a pathway or a way to get them up?
I'm looking for anything that might lead down, like maybe some stairways that might go down since they're beneath me.
Well, you don't really see any stairs or any other hatches that lead to the well besides the one that you were in. If I would have known that you would have been looking at, you would have noticed a ladder for maintenance of the well in the well room, though.
No ramp.
No ramp, just a ladder.
Well, I guess those guys will find it. In the meantime, I guess now I'm just kind of doing some.
What guys?
The guys beneath me. The ones still in the well.
No, in the room of the well, not in the well. Like whenever you flew through the hatch, in that room you would have seen a ladder.
So there's a ladder that I can lower into there?
Yes. If you can lift it.
If I can lift it. Let's see. What's the mechanism that lowers the ladder?
There is no mechanism. You pick up the ladder and drop it in.
Oh, shoot. Is it like a rope ladder or like a wooden ladder?
It's a wooden ladder.
Oh, crap. Prisma just kind of
with hooks at the end.
Uh-oh.
To hold on to it.
How am I going to get them to lower that ladder?
Well, that's something to find out next time on Dungeons and WheatTons.
You could do a deception and then just try to talk goblinese under the thing.
This is your conscience speaking.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe that would work.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll have to find out next time.
We'll have to find out next time. So that's going to be it for tonight.
All right.
I thank you all for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. And I hope you all have a good night. And until next time on Dungeons and WheatTons.
What's your adventure name?
My
because
adventure name?
the last, yeah, because the last one was Dungeons and WheatTons, so I don't see Dungeons and WheatTons 2, so I don't think that's the name of the adventure.
No, it's Dungeons and WheatTons Campaign 2.
Yeah, we've always called this Dungeons and WheatTons.
Anyway, I'm
Okay.
clicking the thing
Also-
now.
I take